It don't happen, no. Make gonna hear all these headlines we have here this morning, no. My wonderful people. I beg you. Make gonna calm down because mkwadoro wee bịa ije a. And onye ọbụla ga-anọchiri m ụzọ. Eme m gịnị? Gbuo anyị isi. On a series on a banana republic called Nigeria. We be saying a non-state actors now don't they brandish military. After the Occupy have created its own military, where you go take attack those people attacking the president of the Fulani government of Nigeria, Ahmed Tinubu. I beg. Anyway, that one is not the issue now. The issue there now is Ohaneze Ndi Igbo faction. They have determined to capture Simon Ekpa and bring him to justice. Now the headline where I have for us this morning, Biafran referendum, breaking news. We are determined to capture Simon Ekpa, bring him to justice. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo faction laments. It's one of the headlines. This one is coming from the office of Enugu State or Peter Mba and the resident. They don't para enter street on the protest. Say Nehio, Mewo, Nehio, say they no go obey sit at home again. Sit at home in Enugu State. Enough is enough. Residents defy order. Protest in Enugu. The video is out there. You can as well log on to www.dailypost.com or .ng. You will see the video, you watch it, and you get to know that people are beginning to get tired of sit at home, whereby Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already distanced himself from it. He have already called on many occasions, please stop the sit at home. Woke by no Finland as Mbao. So unless the order wey in give now say na in they must obey other than the one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you talk, they will tell you, even some people are beginning to ask now, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? After all, when he stay in UK, he never do anything concerning the Biafrans that are being arrested on daily basis, like this, like that. It seems like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been forgotten. Now, we are the helm of Simon Ekpa. That's what it's like, Bill. You can ask now, if one door no close, another one no go open. So, Wazirike closed the door. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu open his own when he have problem. So now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't have problem. The door have closed, another door opens. We move. But make sure say we are moving to the right direction, no? Because according to the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, what we are losing at the southeastern region on every month for the past 2 years is 7.9 trillion naira, both cash, goods, the investment that's supposed to come to the southeast, the properties that are being burned, and the human beings included. We have lost 7.9 trillion naira in the last 2 years we started the sit at home. I beg, if you have conscience, ask yourself, is this thing helping us or is it killing our economy? If we are dragging this Biafra, remember, now people will still invest and people will still live in that Biafra. Let us not use our hand to marginalize our own self. Let us be guided. That is where I will leave it. Let me read other headlines before we can go straight to the reason why we are here. Enugu State people don't provoke. They say they no more like to sit at home again and they cannot do sit at home again. Now the current news why I can't come for now. No me talk am. Now the news where they in front of me. Now I go read give honor. So if anyone come to my comment section and blame me, I'm getting letting no. Now so it take be. Another one here is Nnamdi Kanu was never in support of sit at home. This one is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lead counsel. This one no be Ifeanyi Ejiofor, because if Ifeanyi Ejiofor and I go say, hey, Ifeanyi Ejiofor is a saboteur. He sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he collected 1 billion, he collected 1 million, he do this, he do that. This one is coming from the lead counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Chief Mike Ozekome, the SAN. Make gonna do what? Make gonna hear what he talk. He said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it once and not twice, that he is never in support of the sit at home, because sit at home might be long called off. So this recent 1 week sit at home, 3 days sit at home, 2 weeks sit at home. Next time now you will tell us that complete 1 year that the Southeast will be a sit at home and people will be clapping for him. Hey, everybody, you are trying. You are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Agakwa ebe mmiri aha were kwụsị maya. All work are inu. Let us be guided. We all are fighting for one thing, to stop the marginalization of the Biafrans and the IGBOS. In the sole contraction, or in the so-called contraction, Nigeria. That is our own aim. The Biafran referendum and the independence of Biafra, if possible. Here I put it, if possible. He is a leader and has my attention. This one is coming from Charlie Boyo. He has OBJ on his latest news. He shot my wonderful people. I don't want to go more again. I don't want to go deep again on these headlines. In fact, let me go straight to the reason why we are here. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment on any of my content you feel it's okay for you to share or like. Also, subscribe. No be by force, so let it come from your mind. We are doing this to do what? To get our people know what is happening out there. You get the point now? Ngwa, tighten your seatbelt now. Let us move here. A faction of the Igbo social cultural organization, has expressed its resolve to capture the self-styled Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa. The group expressed determination to ensure that Ekpa is brought to justice for his crimes in the southeast. The social cultural organization had reacted to the Biafran referendum convention called by Ekpa. Okechukwu Isiguzoro, the Secretary General of the faction, and said Ekpa's call for a referendum congress was concerning. A statement by Isiguzoro said Ekpa's self-proclaimed role as the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic or Biafran government in exile and his declaration of a Biafran referendum is deeply concerning. Such actions have the potential to ignite civil unrest and chaos in the southeast Nigeria. And Igbo, together with the southeast political leaders, remains resolute in capturing Ekpa or in capturing Simon Ekpa and bringing him to justice. The ongoing search for Ekpa is a preventive measure aimed at averting the upcoming sit-at-home disruptions. Isiguzoro Abego, with all due respect, let me ask you. You know that Simon Ekpa is living in Finland. You know that Simon Ekpa is always on a live video, either on Instagram or YouTube or any other app he chooses to do his program. And you are here telling us that you are eager to capture him. Abeg, have you ever traveled to Finland and you did not see Simon Ekpa? Have you ever applied for a visa at the Finland embassy and they denied you a visa? I don't understand this. Must everybody be relevant? Must everybody, just because of this sit at home or whatever it is, try to be relevant before the public? Despite the fact that you have been disowned by Ohaneze Ndigbo, everything you are saying is never from Ohaneze Ndigbo, because when you talk your own finish, the men Ohaneze Ndigbo will come and say, you people should not listen to that drunkard. And I took time to look at your picture that you're just a young boy, or maybe the picture is my eye is deceiving me or what. And you are here causing trouble for people. If you want to capture Simon Ekpa, my dear brother, my dear sister, you are the one that mentioned about $500,000 the other day. $500,000 is enough to even buy ticket for you and your entire kindred. You will go to Finland immediately you land at the Finland airport. Start from there. Take the picture of Ekpa. Post it everywhere and declare him wanted. As simple as that. So please, you people should stop coming to the social media to disturb us. That is the same thing that the Nigerian government is doing. They will tell you that they place a bounty on the head of bandits that they know where they are. You want to place a bounty on the head of a bandit, whereby bandits have a negotiator. Bandits have somebody who will come out and tell you that if you people want to negotiate with bandits, contact me. I will go there. I have a connection with them. They call me, they go to me, I go to them, which is Gumi. And the Nigerian government have not arrested him, but they will tell you that they put a bounty of 5 million naira on the head of bandits, who is everywhere, who they know where they stay, who they even have their phone numbers. You can't even track it to their hideout, but you want the gullible to come and give information so that tomorrow you will go and put their life at risk. That's exactly what this Okechukwu Isiguzoro is doing. Every time you want Simon Ekpa, you want to hand him over to authority, you want to bring him to justice, you want to get him arrested, you want to put one punch on his head. Nonsense. Let us proceed with the news we have because happen on Dara. We don't have anything. Just want to remain relevant before the Fulani government of Nigeria. Let them say, oh, this one maybe you are looking for a ministerial appointment at the government of Tinubu. That is why you are doing all this nonsense. Sit at home. Enough is enough. Residents defy order protest in Enugu State. Residents of Enugu State on Monday defied a regular sit-at-home order in the state. The residents filed out in their thousands to protest against the Monday sit-at-home order. The protesters carried banners that read, "Enough is enough," as they marched through some streets. In the past 2 years, residents of the Southeast have been observing a sit-at-home that was ordered by a faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IGBOS. Initially, IGBOS started the sit-at-home campaign to push for the release of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu. But the initiative was hijacked by Simon Ekpa, who has allegedly been empowering thugs to cause havoc in the region under the guise of enforcing the order. The sit-at-home has led to economic hardship in the region as people hardly come out on Mondays and whenever the order is given. Ekpa recently ordered Southeast residents to stay at home for 1 week, and they did. The news is out there. The video is out there. You can as well log on to www.nigerdailypost.ng. You will find the video of the resident of Enugu State protesting on the street. Nnamdi Kanu was never in support of sit-at-home. Lawyer Michael Zekome laments. The incarcerated leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has doubled down on his demand for the stoppage of recurring sit-at-home exercise in the southeastern part of the country. Kanu spoke through one of his lawyers, Michael Zekome, SAN, in a video cited by Daily Post. Dan Nwome, the senior special assistant, mainstream media to Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State, shared a video on his Twitter handle on Monday. According to Zekome, Kanu said he does not believe in the sit-at-home, insisting he could not be fighting for his people at the same time shutting down their economy. He cited the effect of the sit-at-home exercise on the social, economic, cultural, and political life of the people, lamenting that it has put them under psychological and physical and mental structure. As his lead counsel and lawyer, he has told me that he does not believe in it. Sit at home. He cannot be fighting for his people, shutting down their economy. How do they feed? How will they train their children? Many a time he cried to me in my presence that he wants to be released so that he can hold a world press conference and address the Igbo and Alibo and the entire world to say, don't stay at home on Mondays. Go about your normal duties. Go to work, because the Bible tells us, it is upon the labor of your hands I will bless the fruits of your labor. Let me make this point categorically clear, because the thing just hit my mind now, and I don't want to stretch it much. This sit at home. Let me tell you people the simple truth. If the federal government have no hands in this sit at home, if they don't have any deal that they have struck with Simon Ekpa, lawyers have been asking this so-called DSS to grant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at least after any court session that he went, let him have a kind of interview with the media. Let him speak to his own people that they should stop the sit at home. But they won't do that, simply because they are the one that sponsored this, to make sure that they tarnish the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or to sabotage the very movement. That is the simple the truth, but some people don't get this threat. If you tell me that Ekpa is working for the people, Ekpa is working for Biafrans, Ekpa is working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will not be defiling this order. Even when Okeke said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said no, he will say he must continue. How? I mean, who does that? And Nigeria government, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have asked for audience for many times after court season. Let me talk to the media. Let me speak to my people. They refuse him simply because They don't want to sit at home. They don't want the insecurity in the southeast to stop. And when you talk, when you say the truth, brown envelope. Who they care about the nonsense brown envelope? Or do you think that everybody that's on social media is hungry like you? That anything that anybody say that, oh, they have given him a brown envelope. That brown envelope, brown envelope, you won't even have time to ask yourself, if the government really want this thing to end, if Martin Nandekan have really called for end of sit at home, let them grant him audience after any court season that he appeared. He will talk to his people and tell everybody, go back to your normal businesses, as he said, that I am here because of you, and I cannot sit here and watch you people being killed, all in my sake. That is the reason he is there. And when you talk, after saying but common to type yes, common to make a concrete statement that a blind man can read, they cannot. So I am now re-echoing again and again what Nnamdi Kanu has told me. He does not believe in that sit at home on Mondays, which cripples the social, economic, social, cultural, and political life of people, putting them under psychological and physical and mental stricture and torture. Kanu said through Mike Ozekome. Make on hear him again, no. Because when I talk and I say, no, he never said anything. Now, Mike Ozekome is the one that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking through him. He is a leader that has my attention. Charlie Boy Hells OBJ. The veteran musician Charles Oputa, popularly known as Charlie Boy, you can call him area father as well, has heard former President Olusegun Obasanjo for his words of wisdom. In a tweet via his Twitter handle on Monday, Charlie Boy said, Obasanjo is the only Nigerian leader that will speak and he would listen with rapt attention. The veteran musician stated in the tweet alongside photos of his recent meeting with the former president. He wrote, I listen well to my elders, not because they are always right, but because they have more experience of being wrong. Okay, more experience of being wrong. Okay, you're right. This is one leader in this country that has my undivided attention. Baba, na man you be. Big respect, sir. According to Charles Chukwuemeka Oputa, the area father. Mass burial. Amnesty International demands transparent coroner's inquest on 103 bodies they want to bury with 61 million naira. Amnesty International Nigeria has asked the Lagos state government to have plans for the mass burial of the 103 bodies believed to be corpses of NSAS protesters. The rights organization is asking the Lagos state government to have burial for a transparent coroner's inquest on the 103 slain bodies. Nigerians report that the demand follows a leaked memo dated July 19, 2023, addressed to the Lagos State Ministry of Health, indicating that the state government approved 61,285,000 for the mass burial of 103 persons identified as 2020 NSAS victims. In the memo, plans on the processing of funds after approval by the government for the intended burial was captured. The state government has, however, maintained that the victims to be buried were not from the controversial Lekki Toll Gate shooting. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Health, Dr. Olusegun Oboye, while confirming the letter, insisted that the victims were from incidents of violence that occurred in the aftermath of the NSAS protest. It was sequel to this that the director of Amnesty International Nigeria, Issa Sanusi, in a statement on Monday requested that the Lagos authorities must carry out transparent coroner inquests and autopsies on the 103 NSAS victims and publish their identities and the circumstances of their death, so that people would also know that where their loved ones who died 3 years ago, where they are. He said the Nigerian authorities must urgently have their plans to carry out a secret mass burial of NSAS victims and instead carry out a thorough and independent investigation into the killings and ensure that those suspected to be responsible are brought to justice in fair trials. That one is a story for the gods. Who get time for that? Maybe they have finished the burial set before they announce it. It is apparent that the Lagos state government has not even mentioned that it has held the bodies of 103 EndSARS victims in its custody since October of 2020, 3 years since now. All those detained because of their role in the EndSARS protest must be immediately released. The Nigerian authorities must also ensure that victims and their families are provided with access to justice and effective remedies, including adequate compensation. The non-governmental organization noted that it had been monitoring developments across Nigeria since the EndSARS protest began on October 8 of 2020. In October 2020, on the ground investigation by Amnesty International confirmed that Nigerian security forces opened fire on thousands of peaceful protesters who were peaceful, calling for good governance and an end to police brutality, killing at least 12 protesters at Lekki Toll Gate and in Alausa. Amnesty International was able to establish that pro-government supporters instigated violence at many of the demonstrations, providing cover for the police to use lethal force against peaceful protesters. On 16 November 2020, a judicial panel of inquiry set up to investigate the Lekki Toll Gate killings submitted its report, which indicated the military and the police for killing unarmed protesters who were sitting on the floor and waving Nigerian flags and singing, Sanusi added. President Tinubu's military list will be announced today. Bashar Ahmed, former aide to ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, has said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's military list will be announced today, being Tuesday. The constitution, following amendments of the last parliament, stipulates that the president and governors have from the date of their sworn-in a 60-day window without which to appoint ministers and commissioners. Section 42 of the Constitution states that A. The nomination of any persons to the office of a minister for confirmation by the Senate shall be done within 60 days after the date of the president has taken the oath of office. B. Not less than 10% of persons appointed as ministers shall be women. Provided that the president may appoint a minister at any other time during his tenure, and such appointments shall be subject to confirmation by the Senate. The president was sworn into office on May 29, 2023. Speaking on the ministerial list, Ahmed disclosed that all things being equal, the Senate would announce Tinubu's list today, being Tuesday. The former presidential aide stated this via Twitter on Monday evening. Ahmed wrote, barring any last-minute change, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's much anticipated ministerial nominees list will be announced by the Senate today, being Tuesday, according to Ahmed. Breaking news. The DSS finally arraigns Emefiele over illegal possession of firearms. Case that police will handle. That is what EFCC are bringing Emefiele to court with. While I know they finish you. On our way done. The Department of State Service, DSS, has arraigned the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, in court. Nigerian report that the DSS operatives arrived alongside Emefiele at the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, around 9:18 a.m. today, being Tuesday. Emefiele is scheduled to be arraigned before the presiding judge, Justice Nicholas Uwe Ibo, on a 2-count charge of illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. Okay. The DSS had accused Emefiele of unlawfully possessing a single-barrel shotgun Jojefi Magnum 8371 without a license and 123 rounds of live ammunition cartridges, both violations of the firearms laws of the Federation of 2004. Recall that on June 10, DSS operatives visited Emefiele's residence in Ikoyi, Lagos, a day after his suspension as CBN governor by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, a group of human rights lawyers led by Maxwell Okpara and Ahmed Tijani have criticized Emefiele's continued detention and accused the DSS of ignoring existing court judgments. In response to the alleged contempt, the lawyers filed a notice of consequence of disobedience to a court order, Form 48, and a request to commit the alleged contemner to prison, Form 49, at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. They also called for the dismissal of DSS Director General Yusuf Bichi after the agency referred to them as charge and bail lawyers, and the sympathizers of the indigenous people of Biafra, IGBOS, on Twitter. You can as well see the tweet below and let me know what you think about it. We are moving forward though. No cause for alarm and no time to tell time. And that is Nadia will stand. You get the point now? Nadia will stand. So do not be tired of listening, and do not be tired of sharing, do not be tired of commenting. Everything worketh for them that believe it. Presidential Election Tribunal, I see a rerun, but forces will fight it. Primet Ayodele. The leader of the Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primet Elijah Ayodele, has revealed that he foresees the rerun of the 2023 presidential election, but claims forces behind the election results will stand firmly against it. Primet Ayodele said there are leakages in the judiciary which are not well packaged, adding that it will later expose the All Poverty Congress APC. He claimed that the APC has realized that there are no two ways to the election tribunal and is seriously monitoring the proceedings to ensure nothing goes wrong in favor of the opposition. In a statement by its media head, Oluwatosin Osho Ayodele said, if the tribunal wants to be fair, the best is to call for a rerun, but forces behind the case will want the election result to remain as it is. The paint is the direction of what I see is a rerun of the election, but the forces behind the election will want to remain the same. This will knock the judiciary and make them be irrelevant. It will make INEC not to be a body Nigeria can rely on. Of course, judiciary will pay for it if it doesn't go for it, and INEC will pay for it in the future. What I see is a rerun, but the power behind it will try to make it remain as it is. The tribunal is supposed to raise the hope of Nigerians and correct all the misconduct of the judiciary, but the forces behind it will fight against the right thing. Primet Ayodele stressed that the judiciary is supposed to raise the hope of Nigerians with a fair judgment, but forces will seriously fight against the right judgment. He, however, mentioned that an unfair judgment will make the judiciary and the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC irrelevant. As Nigerians await the tribunal judgment, there is no way to it. There are leakages in the tribunal as revealed by the Lord. The leakages are not well packaged, and we will expose the ruling party. The ruling party has to realize that there are no two ways to it. There are cabals monitoring this tribunal, and they are desperate, very, very desperate, according to Primet Ayodele, he said. The last but not the least, we have our brother Kelly Handsome being kicked out at the Imo State chapter of APC in the UK, simply because the man kicked against voting for Hope Uzodinjo for the second time in office, stating clearly that he had brought pains and agony in the lives of the indigenous of Imolites, and there's no point for him going back to that same office where he never won election, but he confused a lot of people, and the Supreme Court made him the winner of election that he come forth. Singer Kelly Handsome kicked out of Imo State Forum meeting in America. The video is out there. Nigerian musician Kelly Handsome was on Sunday walked out of the Imo State Forum meeting organized by the All Poverty Congress APC America chapter. The US-based singer, in a trending video on the internet, was seen being escorted out of the meeting by the police for expressing his discomfort with events in their home state of Imo State. Speaking in the video, the singer was captured saying, "We are not going to vote for Hope Uzodinma again." While addressing the altercation on his Instagram page, Handsome stated that certain politicians in Imo, including Senator Athan Achunonuwere attempted to suppress his freedom of speech. He wrote, trying to practice the suppression of freedom of speech in a country where there is respect for human rights is a dumb move. They called the police to escort me out and I left honorably. No disrespect intended. Just the truth. Everybody knows the truth. Senator Atan invited me to join the Imo State Forum, apparently organized by the APC, to canvass for another 4 years of failure today to do the needful. I am trying to set the record straight about his statement on the insecurity issues in Imo State. He indirectly admitted that the government of Imo State was responsible for the insecurity in the state that took lives of our loved ones over there and has kept the whole state in fear and unrest. We have people living in Imo, so we get reports from them directly. Nobody should collaborate with anyone to destroy his own people. That is not okay, and that is exactly what Hope Uzodinjo have done in Imo State. It wouldn't have been better to come clean, saying, we have failed you, so what do we do to make things better, starting from this moment, not trying to fool us, according to Kelly Handsome. So, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers, I beg you, and I don't hear them finish. Your duty now is to share this message, let it go viral. Make sure that every dick and harry, every nooks and crannies of our side, or of our town, or of our region, get this message. Send it to your family and friends, your neighbors and well-wishers, so that they may also share it to other people. And that's all the thing take be. So make another enjoy on a day, another Tuesday. Until you hear my voice again, I still remain Okute Daily Talk. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. It's very, very important and very, very necessary. Have a nice day, my wonderful people. Bye for now. Kemesiano.